Welcome Interest TV viewers and listeners. Here today we have Purmo Group CEO John Peter Leesi with us to talk about Purmo Group's Q4 and 2021 results. Welcome John Peter.
Thank you, Olli. Great to be here.
First, we could go through your Q4 and 2021 results in your own words. What would you highlight from it?
Well, this was our first report, and the highlights of it was that in the full year of 2021, we basically saw, for us, a very strong development of sales. We also saw a record EBITDA result of almost 104 million. So that is kind of one key message. The other key message is that 2021 was an unusual year with different seasonality and so on, and operational performance was still good, even with a lot of challenges in the supply environment. The third point was that we buy a lot of steel, and the steel price went up, and we were able to pass this on. And basically then one of the big impacts you also see in our results is the run rate effects, the full effects now of our operational improvement program called PG Up, So those messages we wanted to relay as the overall messages in this report.
All right. Let's go to the revenue growth. It was quite good in Q4 for you, 20% year over year. It was still a little less than in the Q1 to Q3 in 2021. Have you seen the market situation now normalizing from the a high peak season in 2021, and what do you expect the market situation to be in your divisions in 2022?
No, it's a good point, Olli, that during Q1 to Q3 in 2021, we had very strong demand development, right? So demand was very strong. What we have seen now in the fourth quarter of 2021 is that we see more of a normalization in demand. So in the beginning, post-pandemic recovery, super strong. Then we also got the price inflation from steel that we passed on. So you get growth numbers across all quarters, right? But in terms of underlying demand, there is a normalization at the end of 2021 and also now in the beginning of 2022.
Yes. And in a report you said that you were able to get your increases to your sale prices to your customers. How well did you manage to do this? And we all know that the price pressures have been quite steep in 2021. But how were you able to manage this situation?
Yes, I mean we have strong relationships with a number of technical wholesalers that we've had for decades, right? But as it comes to price increases to any type of customers in any type of business, it's always hard. But I think these relationships are played to our advantage. But we were still forced to do 4 major price increases, which is unheard of in our industry. So as a market leader, especially in radiators, we actually took the lead and did this. And I think at the end of the day, I think our customers understood why, and therefore they accepted it.
Yeah. Talking about cost pressures and supply chain issues, they were affecting your profitability in Q4 also. Can you comment the impacts now going forward? How do you see the cost pressures, especially on steel, that is a main raw material to you, but also the supply chain issues? Are you seeing them tightening or easing? What do you see?
Yes. When it comes to availability of steel is one of the input materials we have. So when it comes to steel supply, we see that there will be supply for us. We've talked to all our suppliers, obviously. The Ukraine-Russia situation is not, as of now, is not affecting us negatively according to our suppliers, right? So that's okay. On the price level of steel, we're now planning for price level to stay on a higher level due to uncertainty and so on. When it comes to other areas of supply for us, when it comes to raw materials and products, our biggest challenge right now is actually on our piping side. And there is a number of things. There's been high level of demand. when it comes to pipes, various types of pipes for underfloor heating and water distribution systems, the market has been strong. A lot of customers are buying pipes for these applications. But also, since supply has been short, they're pre-buying. So we get a very big hump, a mountain of orders. It's an industry general thing. And then we've had trouble in actually meeting that demand. And we as an industry, but we also as Purmo Group, we have a challenge now to increase the output so we can meet demand. And that challenge actually remains, but we're working hard on it.
Yeah, your profitability was on a good level on 2021 despite these kind of challenges you have had. Let's now move to the kind of guidance part and outlook part of your report. Obviously, the Russia-Ukraine situation, geopolitical situation is not good for the outlook. But can you kind of comment that part of the outlook? How does it affect you? How much revenue you have in these countries and how much kind of assets you have there?
Yeah, the starting point, then let's share some facts with you, Olli, and that is that our initial outlook when we looked at 2022, we saw that there is an opportunity for us and we believe we will be able to grow sales and we will be able to grow adjusted EBITDA above 2021, excluding the impact of M&A and acquisitions, okay? So our initial outlook was we will be able to grow. The other piece of fact here is that we also saw the beginning of 2022, the first months of 2022, supporting this outlook. So it was in line with this outlook. Then we get this situation with Ukraine and the invasion of Ukraine. So we see then that even if only less than 1% of our sales is in Ukraine and then less than 5% of our sales is in Russia, there are indirect implications on markets that are so difficult to assess. This is why we say that our initial outlook was growth in both sales and earnings. However, due to the indirect impacts of what can happen in our world, we are very uncertain, and therefore we have not said that we believe this is going to happen, and that's why we haven't given the exact financial outlook.
All right. How do you see kind of, is there any other risk you see relating to your kind of outlook at the moment? Or is this the kind of main focus point at the moment?
I would say that this is the main focus point right now.
Okay, thank you. That was all for me. Thank you, John Peter, for the answers, and I hope that this situation goes to the better way.
Thank you.